Maus, A Survivor's Tale is the real story of Jewish author Photos Vladek Spigleman, with 73 years during World War II, and his son Artie. It consists of two parts of the first book, My Father Bleed History, and the second book, Here Are My Problems from Auschwitz to Catskills and Beyond, where the story of Maus starts in 1978, when Art visited his father Vladek in New York City. His father was in a very bad health, a patient, and a serious lack and suffering from heart attacks, and the suicide of his wife Anja, the mother of Artie, a decade ago, greater gown and difficulty. During the visit of Artie, for his father Vladek asked him to tell him some of the stories he lived and watched and heard about life during World War II, to establish a comic book on the tragedy of World War based on his father's experiences. Here, Vladek begins the events for his son Artie and is located in the novel Maus. His story began from 1935 when he lived in Poland. After married Anja Zilberberg, Anga is infected with a sharp collapse because of postpartum depression. In 1939, with the beginning of World War II, Vladek was recruited in the Polish army and had been sent to the front lines with the fighting and its soldiers. During the war, he was captured and became a prisoner of war. But Vladek was finally released and sent to Poland, and returned to his wife Anga in Sosnowiec. As the World War continued, Nazis began to arrest Jews in Sosnowiec and send them far away in trains. There was a big scarcity and clothes was tragic. Because of food shortages, Vladek began the novel champion in the search and trading on the black market for his family. Many of his friends were arrested and were trafficked and executed. One is the story of many U.S. novels. The story of the Maus story focused on the life of Vladek, where he describes the horror he faces as a Jewish person in World War II. With his wife and children, during reading the novel, we'll discover something very strange, and is that all the characters are found in the book show as stereoscopic animals. The Jews depicts that they are mice, the Germans as cats, and Poles as pigs, and French as frogs, and the Americans like dogs. With the exception of a short scene, LRTI is at a mouse mask during an Artie visits to help his father and registered his stories from World War II. He discovered that his father read a comical book years ago. His name, Prisoner on Hell, History of Case. It has been included in Maus. This comic book is impressed by Agri as clinical and shows the psychological emotional pain they were suffering because of suicide of his mother in 1968. The Maus US's novel was banned in January 10 from this year, 2022, at the Macmillan Province School in Tennessee. The board of directors of this school, in a vote 10-0, to prevent and attend the NAUS to MAUS and the Paul-Stacer Award from the VII language curricula, and was banned on January 26, one day before the World Day to commemorate the Holocaust. The reason he mentioned to prevent the novel Maus is not because they deny the Holocaust, but not. The novel was for children. Why the first reason, and the second most important, is that they had an obscene and serious phrase. The third reason, it included Arab scenes in the pictures in the novel, and the fourth reason. And the board of directors said is for copyright reasons. I have consulted with our lawyers, Mr. Scott Bennett. After consultation, we decided that the best way to repair the language in this book or deal with it is revised. Requests 10 meetings. According to the minutes of the meetings, and also director given the copyright, we decided to revise to get rid of the 8 and image of the women and the image of the woman. The school principal said 2 or 3 members of the board came near his office to discuss the book and his native tendency. The novel shows suspended people, showing them and killed children. Why is the educational system for this kind of things? It is not a wise or healthy. Americans do not know anything about the Holocaust as a world on 2020. The first of its kind poll found in 50 countries on the knowledge of Holocaust among the Americans from the Millennium Generation and Jills that 63% of the participants did not know that 6 million Jews were killed during the Holocaust. 48% unable to name one person. Of more than 40,000 detention camp or ghetto was established during World War II. The Foundation has banned a book that contains nudity sites and an obscene. Each community and all culture and their civilization are their privacy with their red lines. You will find a lot of banned books in America. The World's Democracy of these books, for example, Brave New World, Of Mice and Men, To Kill a Mockingbird, China Lobby in American Politics, The Catcher in the Rye, the Harry Potter series,